What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today Advanced Warfare received an absolutely major update. There are all kinds of changes game-wide, everything from game updates, new features being added in, spawns being changed, exploits being patched, stuff like that. There are also some Scorestreak updates, and there was a major overhaul in the weapon balancing department. Tons of individual weapons were changed, and class-wide changes were made, which is pretty crazy. So it's all pretty exciting. Now in this video, we're gonna go through and just kind of show you guys everything that was changed and go through the patch notes. Probably over the next day or so, we're gonna go a little bit more in detail and do some like gun reviews and stuff like that, and show you guys exactly what was changed about each of these weapons as that information becomes available. But anyway, starting off here, so in terms of game updates, as you guys know, they announced the new Master Prestige system and they added that in. So there are now 15 Master Prestige ranks available in Advanced Warfare for you to go through. There are also 15 new supply drop challenges added in. So you guys know those daily supply drop challenges? There are 15 new ones, which is nice. I hope they continue to kind of refresh those and switch those out. Now, there are also various connectivity and matchmaking improvements. Hopefully that's good news in terms of connections and you know, getting into lobbies that you have a good connection to the host. There are also all kinds of various map and game mode specific, like spawn changes, objective changes, out of map exploit patches, you know, things like that. It's all a bunch of little stuff that doesn't really matter all that much, so I don't want to go into detail there. If you guys want the full details, I'll link it down in the description. They also adjust the kill feed speed from 4 to 6 seconds for you snipers out there trying to get them feeds. It's now a little bit easier. They also changed the layout of the challenges menu. Definitely looks a lot better. You guys can check that out. They added in a probation time for ranked play. So if you back out early in ranked play, you're now going to be put on probation. Not sure what the time period is, but there will be a certain, you know, extent of time where you can't join a game again as kind of like a timeout deal. I thought they were going to be adding this into normal public matches as well, but it looks like they didn't. So I don't know if that's coming in a later patch or if they don't plan on it. We'll have to wait and see. But they did not do it yet. They also adjusted the colors and overall look for broadcaster mode to make the text and names better and easier to read, which is nice. We got COD Champs coming up here in less than a month, so it's a good time for that to be added in. And then finally, they did add a pause button in for Exo Zombies and single player private match. So for those of you guys who are trying to go for those super high rounds, you now don't have to play for 10 to 12 to 20 hours at a time like some people have been doing. You now have a pause button to be able to, you know, kind of do things in between playing, which is nice. Now, next up for Scorestreak Updates, I'm kind of teasing you guys, saving the weapon balancing for the end. So, Scorestreak Updates, there's not much. Sentry guns now die in 1 melee hit, which is something that I have been praying for from the start of this game. I thought those things were way too powerful. If you tried to take out a sentry gun, you were guaranteed to die, because you'd be sitting there knifing that thing for ages. Now, it's just a one-hit kill, which is really nice. I also decreased the amount of time it takes a player to hold X to like get out of a remote sentry, which is nice. And now the XS1 Vulcan laser score streak fires a little bit longer, so it's a little bit more powerful. So you guys might want to check that out. I'm going to for sure. Now, finally, the last part of this video and definitely the most interesting one. Weapon balancing. What have they done this time around? Well, starting off with some kind of like class-wide changes. Heavy weapons, they've increased the player movement speed by 5%. So now instead of running at 80% of the normal speed, you now run at 85%. So there's the normal player speed, which is like, you know, pistols, SMGs, the you know, knife only, stuff like that. Then assault rifles run at 90%, sniper rifles run at 90%, shotguns run at 100%, I think, and now LMGs and heavy weapons run at 85%. So that's pretty good. They also changed the shotguns. Now shotgun wide, they have a reduced spread when using Gung Ho. So Gung Ho on shotties is now very effective. I encourage you guys to check that out. Now let's take a look at some of the gun specific changes. They corrected the scopes on the AE4. Not sure what that means. I haven't used that thing yet, but I'll have to check it out and see if it's anything notable for you guys. They reduced the recoil on the MK14. They really buffed the ARX160 with an increase in the fire rate as well as an increase in the magazine size. Now your base magazine size is the same as it was before with extended mag. So that thing is definitely a gun to watch out for. On the AMR9, which is the 5-round burst SMG, they increased the damage as well as decreased the time between bursts. That thing's a lot better now. SN6 had its recoil reduced. KF5 mid-range damage was increased. That sounds pretty good. The KF5 was already really good, so I can't wait to see what it does now. The Atlas 45 pistol had its mid-range damage increased as well as its max damage range increased. PDW has increased damage. S12, the shotgun, has an increased fire rate as well as increased damage. The EPM3 has its recoil reduced again. It already had it done once, so now it's reduced again. I think that thing's a 3-shot kill from all distances, so if it has low recoil, then that thing might start to become pretty good. The Lynx also had a reduced recoil. I have no clue why they are not buffing the damage on this gun. It's absolutely atrocious. It's like... if you aren't getting headshots, you aren't going to get a kill with it. So I don't understand why they can't buff it a little bit. And then finally, last but certainly not least, the ASM1 had a slightly reduced initial fire rate. So this thing is no longer quite the melting machine that it was before, but we'll go into more detail with that in our breakdown of this weapon tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, there you guys have it. Huge patch for Advanced Warfare today. Bunch of different weapon balancing stuff, some Scorestreak updates, all kinds of game updates. Overall, I can't see anything wrong with this patch. I really, like, I don't see anything crazy that they've done. I think they did a lot of listening to our feedback. They kind of nerfed the best gun in the game, which is the ASM1, and brought up some of the other weapons as well. So we'll have to wait and see, but so far, I think that this is a pretty good patch. I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys didn't catch my earlier video today, make sure you guys go check it out. The new Ohm weapon in Advanced Warfare, I think, may be the best gun. It's in the running there for sure. So make sure you guys go check that thing out because it's an absolute beast. And I've got more videos coming tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you all later. Peace out.